I know there's been some drama, and I want to kind of address things here really quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to guess it, but Mutahar has officially dropped a response video. Say quote-unquote response video, he dropped a mini response within his latest video. If you don't know what's been going on, recently a content creator called Nick Andrews dropped a video exposing Mutahar for several lies he's told over the past 10 years, including him lying about being an engineer. Since Nick Andrews dropped his video, the drama has continued to snowball with lots of stuff coming from it, very interesting stuff, including Nick Andrews even coming on my podcast.
Welcome, I'm Nick Andrews.
Oh, you did the thing with your voice, that's great.
If you want to go and see what Nick Andrews had to say on that podcast, please feel free to go over to Terrestrial Channel and see the full podcast. Like I said towards the beginning of the video, Mutahar has now responded after 7 days of inactivity on his YouTube account. So without further ado, let's dive into what Mutahar had to say about being a fake engineer.
I used the E word over there, and I want to just start talking a little bit. I know there's been some drama, and I want to kind of address things here really quick.
I mean, straight off the bat, from the E word to the gameplay, Mutahar isn't taking this seriously whatsoever, which is very, very funny considering what he's about to say about it.
So obviously, I have been calling myself a engineer, in some cases a programmer, a cybersecurity engineer, whatever you can call it.
Mutahar, if you're an engineer, you're an engineer. If you're a teacher, you're a teacher. If I work in a Tesco or a Target, that doesn't make me the Prime Minister.
And, you know, I apparently have also been a dropout, which I don't hide. Now, obviously, me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified or licensed engineer.
So there we have it. For the past 10 years, Mutahar has been actively lying about being an engineer, when he's even been talking about his education. He has also been lying and been incredibly inconsistent with that. He's just flat out said, yeah, well, no, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a licensed engineer. Just don't know how you can so nonchalantly say that after actively lying to your audience for over 10 years, being incredibly inconsistent, lying to their faces about being some type of big engineer and the things you're talking about, trying to get that reputation of somebody who is well educated, somebody who is this engineer, and then just flat out say, well, no, I'm not really a licensed engineer.
Now, I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own.
If those videos can or cannot stand up on their own, does not negate the fact that you were actively lying about being an engineer for over 10 years. I can guarantee there are people in your audience that were more inclined to watch that type of video from you because they knew that you were, in your words, a type of engineer. Somebody that, yeah, I want to see their opinion because you know they're qualified. They're a qualified engineer. They're going to have a unique take on this and they can help me. I think it's very clear that Mutahar is a huge compulsive liar. I mean, he's so just nonchalantly admitted that he's lied for 10 years, like it doesn't mean anything.
And I believe it actually can be used, you know, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great. Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged that I called myself an engineer while not being a degree-holding engineer, then for that, I do apologize.
Very clear why Mutahar called himself an engineer, right? The prestige that comes with being called an engineer, right? The reputation of being called an engineer, right? It bolsters him. Him saying that, no, I am an engineer, you know, YouTube isn't my full-time thing, makes his reputation look 10 times better. You're more inclined to listen to somebody because, you know, it kind of gives him a bit of authority.
And I will denigrate myself to, you know, I guess programmer or a fat Indian guy that knows a bit about computers.
And you can take away the sarcasm and, you know, you respond properly, or you can just call yourself, you know, a hobbyist or somebody who takes a bit of interest in computers, somebody who enjoys looking into computers, something like that. It's very clear that Mutahar, to a certain extent, just does not care. This response is minuscule. He's saying these things so nonchalantly. He's come across like he doesn't care. He's making active jokes about it. He's not taking it seriously whatsoever. He's not taking people's concerns seriously at all. Or at least that's what he wants you to think, right? That he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. Because, I mean, he has taken a week off because of this, right? It isn't exactly like he doesn't care whatsoever, because I mean, he has taken a week break. I think he's trying to give this perception that, no, I don't care. I don't care that people have called me a liar. I don't care that people have exposed me for this. I think that's the persona that he wants to put on the front.
That's what I'll leave it at. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Now again, if you want to stick around, awesome. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck.
And he said it there himself, that he doesn't give a fuck if you don't think this apology is good enough, if you still care about this situation. He's just said basically a big fuck you to the people who genuinely feel betrayed by this. Such a weird and ballsy move to include this in a response segment. I don't know why you would ever imagine that this would go down well in any capacity whatsoever.
Simple as that. Now, again, that being said, if anything else comes out of this, you know, whether there be some legal stuff, then I'll just let lawyers handle it, and we'll call it at that. But that being said, I want to move forward, and that's pretty much the engineered response that I had to give.
He's talking about more legal stuff. He's bringing up the stuff that Nick Andros said in response to claiming that you're an engineer without actually being an engineer being an illegal thing. It's just a truly puzzling response. What he's basically said is, yeah, I lied to my audience for 10 years. I'm not an engineer. I'm basically this compulsive liar. If you care still after this apology, well, fuck off. Found funny as well is towards the end of the video, Mutahar talks about, you know, quitting, retiring, starting to move on from YouTube, and he kind of puts all this blame down to the new guidelines that YouTube is bringing in, and the Online Safety Act in the UK, and all of these other things. And it's definitely not just conveniently timed. It's definitely not the, you know, the Nick Andros video and everybody exposing him as a giant liar might have just, you know, put him off a little bit from uploading. It's the government, guys.
It really makes me wonder, like, what my future is too. And I'm not saying this is like I'm retiring right now, but I wouldn't honestly say expect a video even tomorrow, or expect a video every day.
There's not one part of me that genuinely buys that the reason that he might be slowing down on content, right, introducing this new state of, you know, I am slowly going to start taking a step back, is because of the government or the new Online Safety Acts online. I refuse to believe it. It's just too conveniently timed. You know what, I'll be charitable and say that that might be an element of it, but I genuinely do believe that a huge element is him getting exposed as a big fat liar.
Because my time on the internet, me personally, given changes in my life when it comes to my personal stuff, I would rather dedicate my time to family first and most importantly. You know, at this point, I've made my money, I've made my time, made my mark on the internet. It is what it is. And I would rather focus on, you know, a part of life that isn't being invaded by the government.
Look, I've lied for the past 10 years. I've made my mark in the internet. I don't care anymore, right? I don't care about my audience. I've lied to you for 10 years. I've flat out lied about being an engineer. I don't care. You can go fuck yourselves. I've made my money. Fuck off. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mutahar's response. I just wanted to make a quick video covering this because I found how he went about this so incredibly funny. His response is awful. He nonchalantly admitted to his audience that, yeah, I lied to you for the past 10 years. If you care still after this apology, you know, you can go fuck yourselves. He just doesn't care, right? It's very funny how he's gone about this, the front that he's putting on, or at least what he screams as the front that he is putting on. It's just incredibly funny and very bizarre. But everybody watching, what's your thoughts on this? Please feel free to comment down below. And once you're done, then you must subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future slop meal content. But I've been Samuel, I've been covering the Mutahar response slopic, and I will catch you in the next YouTube video. Goodbye.